WMOA, AM 1490 and FM 101.3.
Another spotlight interview for the Marietta High School Athletic Hall of Fame. Johnny Wharf along with Jeff Walker, class of 1982, Marietta High School, 2023 inductee into the Marietta High School Athletic Hall of Fame and football, wrestling, track. And Jeff, I kind of asked folks this, was your we feel like maybe wrestling, but what was your favorite sport growing up?
Well, it's probably wrestling. It's probably wrestling. Of course, I didn't get into wrestling till 8th grade, but football, love football. I guess I love track, but I guess my favorite's probably got to be wrestling.
Captain of the team, of the football team for a couple of years, captain of the wrestling team. Talk a little bit about the leadership, maybe where that was instilled in you as a young man, or how you endeared yourself to some of the other players. It's not easy to be the guy everybody looks to, and it looks like you were many times.
Yeah, I never wanted it. I guess they evidently looked up to me. I tried to respect all my teammates, which are still, a lot of them are still my friends. And as far as a leader, being a leader in high school and college, kind of carried over to whenever I got out of school, and then I started coaching, and I really enjoyed coaching as much as I enjoyed competing in sports. But I guess they really looked up to me, and it felt great.
You said that a lot of these guys are still your friends, and then for the listeners, I mentioned class of 1982. So last year, at about this very time, I know your gang gathered, class of 1982, 40 years on. Doesn't feel like that to me. Because you look exactly the same, right?
I don't know about that, but yeah, 40 years. Thanks, Johnny.
Talk a little bit about, we'll just bring it to last year, a reunion, folks coming back, kind of stirring up those old high school feelings and the pride maybe that you feel with the orange and black for somebody that stuck around here and actually got back involved with his high school as a coach.
Well, as far as the reunion, a lot of stories being repeated. Most of the stories I can remember, but some stories they have to bring up to spark your memory. It's been 40 years ago, and a lot of stories had to do with sports. I just enjoyed seeing everybody. A couple people came in from Pete Mitchell, I think, came in from Texas. But there's some people that go every 5 years, and some people I've only seen a couple times that's lived out of town since we started having reunions. And it's like the stories. It's the stories, Johnny. It's the stories. So they were great.
All right, so let's jump to wrestling. Jeff Walker, our guest, class of 1982, but 1982 COL champ, all-league, district champion, state qualifier. Those are some pretty big accolades. And for somebody that isn't close to wrestling, was there a chess move, or was there a plan every time you went out on the mat? How does that work from a mindset of a guy who's really good at his craft and probably has his opponents trying to figure him out?
Oh, that's a tough one. Wrestling's an art, also a sport. You got to learn a lot of things, if nothing else, not just the offensive, but the defensive and strategies. There's a lot of mental game in wrestling. That's probably one reason why I favor wrestling, because two guys go out, one guy wins, one guy loses. And so there is a lot of pressure. As far as moves, Al Miller was my coach. Always be aggressive, never show any weakness out on the mat, wrestling live, because your opponent, he could feel that weakness and take advantage of it, believe it or not. And I guess that's one thing that I want to stress about wrestling. It's not just physical. It also is a lot of mental. It's not like football team where if I played linebacker, I missed a tackle, and then Joe Matthews in the secondary, he picks up the tackle. it's wrestling. If you make a mistake, it's your mistake. You're the mistake only, I guess.
Three-sport athlete, Jeff, football, wrestling, track. Were you always looking to, or growing up looking to the next season? And I see pole vault. I mean, how do you get into stuff like that? I don't know that I even knew it existed when you think about pole vaulting and track and some of that. So how does that happen?
Oh, I don't know. I saw pole vaulting as one of the big challenges. As far as, you don't just use your legs, run around a track. It's a little different. I knew it was a big challenge. That's what I wanted to try. Took speed, strength, and there again, it's a lot of mental. I don't know. I just figured I heard about pole vaulting. I heard that Ron Kidder was a pole vaulter, the girls volleyball coach, and Ron kind of taught me to do the pole vault. It was really tough, frustrating at first. Took a lot of time and a lot of hard work. Use the pole to get you up over a different height, every time, and speed. But I guess pole vaulting is a huge challenge. To look at it, you think, boy, that's really hard. You're running full speed down this path, and you got this pole, and your pole's 14 feet long, and you're stuffing it in this box. And you think that it's really hard to go somewhere, but if you do it right, then everything works out just fine. And I guess that's what I enjoyed the most.
Most folks wouldn't have an opportunity to excel at the level you did, let alone at the next level. So went on All-American, West Liberty, 4-time starter, 3-time national qualifier in wrestling. Do you remember the recruiting process or the decision process for you to make that next stage of life move?
Yeah, Johnny, I got a lot of letters for football and a lot of letters for wrestling. I think I got more phone calls for wrestling. OU was second on my list. OU wanted to recruit me really bad. A lot of schools look for not just any wrestler. They look for a wrestler at a certain size that they know coming down the road that they're going to have to fill their varsity schedule with. And, I fit right in there in the middle, 155 in high school, and then I wrestled 167 in college. And West Liberty. Another school was Ashland, Kent State, where I went to visit. But it seems like I kept going back to West Liberty. I think I went 3 visits. I knew some of the people there locally that's with the West Liberty. I knew in high school. And West Liberty had a really tough program, but yet there was going to be an opening in there possibly for me. Freshmen don't start very often, so they made an offer, and I went ahead and accepted. And you know what? I'm really glad I did. I'm really glad that I did. I did make the varsity team my first year, and I'll tell you what, it was a huge change in level from high school to college. Big change. You had to really change a lot of your style in wrestling, and I know the coach said that I could crack in the lineup maybe sophomore, junior year, and I more or less told him I'm going to crack it the freshman year. And I had to wrestle off 6 guys to make varsity. And at West Liberty today, I still go back for homecoming every once in a while. We have a big get-together. It's a big wrestling family. And I still have a lot of friends that I talk to today, maybe on a weekly, monthly basis, that I'm still close to after I graduated.
Jeff Walker's our guest, class of 1982 Marietta High School, 2023 inductee, the Marietta High School Class of Hall of Fame. This Saturday will be the induction ceremony. Final question, Jeff, just talk a little bit about the call, asking you to be in this Hall of Fame, what it means to you to be recognized here 40 years on of your fantastic 3-sport accomplishments at the Old Orange and Black.
Well, I was pretty excited, Johnny. I was pretty excited to get the phone call. I knew I was nominated, but I know there's a long list, in there, and I was really excited. I can't wait for the festivities this weekend. My parents, my dad, my mom passed away. I was very excited. My family's really excited. My wife and stepdaughter, they're really excited. I guess it's a huge honor, Johnny. It's a huge honor because I know that they've searched back like 100 years, all the sports, male and female, and they only have 50-some people, I think, right now in the hall. And I guess I just feel very honored to be in this early. And, I never even knew they had a website. I kept up with who got in, but I never really went to the website till Mark Duckworth. He was the one that called, gave me the news. And I'll tell you what, like I said, it's a great honor. It's a great honor.
Well, it is for somebody that got to witness a lot of those heroics. It is well-deserved, my friend. So congratulations. We'll see you this weekend. Thank you for your time and your comments. We look forward to more of those stories, too.
All right. Thanks, Johnny.
All right. Jeff Walker, class of 1982, 2023, Marietta High School Athletic Hall of Fame.